Hey everyone, welcome back to History's Mysteries, where the past refuses to sit still and the truth is always just out of reach. Today's mystery takes us deep into the frozen wilderness of the Ural Mountains, where 9 experienced Soviet hikers died under bizarre and terrifying circumstances in 1959. Their tent was shredded from the inside. Some were found half-dressed in the snow. Others had crushed skulls and shattered ribs, but no external wounds. And to this day, no one can explain what really happened. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, a case so strange, so unnerving, and so full of contradictions that it's inspired everything from government conspiracy theories to Yeti attacks to secret weapons testing, and even paranormal events. Let's walk the trail together and see just how deep the snow goes. In January 1959, Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student, led a group of 8 fellow hikers, most of them fellow students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, on a ski trek through the Ural Mountains. Their goal? To reach Mount Otorten, a remote peak in the Sverdlovsk Oblast of Soviet Russia. All of them were young, healthy, and highly experienced in cold weather hiking and skiing. These weren't amateurs. On February 1st, the group set up camp on the slope of a mountain called Kholat Syakhl, which, ominously, means Mountain of the Dead in the local Mansi language. They were never seen alive again. Weeks later, after families raised concerns, a rescue team found the group's abandoned tent. What they discovered shocked everyone. The tent had been slashed open from the inside. The hikers had fled into the snow barefoot or in socks, despite freezing temperatures. No signs of a struggle, but footprints showed they walked, not ran, away. The bodies were found scattered in strange positions, some as far as 1.5 kilometers from the tent. But the strangest part, the injuries. Some had died from hypothermia, yes, but others had horrific internal injuries. One hiker had a fractured skull. 2 others had massive chest trauma, as if struck by a force equivalent to a car crash. One woman was missing her eyes and her tongue, yet none of them had visible external wounds. How is that even possible? And the mystery was just getting started. The Soviet authorities quickly closed the investigation, citing a vague and chilling cause of death: a compelling natural force. That's it. Case closed. But rumors spread. Why were parts of their clothing found to be radioactive? Why was the case sealed for decades? And what did the rescuers mean when they said the bodies had a strange orange tan and gray hair? To many, the cover-up seemed worse than the crime. So what really happened? Let's explore the theories, from scientific to supernatural. First up, the avalanche theory. This one's the most widely accepted by mainstream scientists. The idea is that a small slab avalanche hit the tent, prompting the hikers to cut their way out and flee into the night. Some got lost, some froze, others were injured by the collapse. But this theory has problems. The slope wasn't steep enough for a major avalanche. The tent and gear were still partially standing. There were no clear signs of snow movement at the site. And those internal injuries? They don't line up with a slow-moving slab of snow. Now we enter conspiracy territory. But stay with me. Some believe the hikers accidentally wandered into a top-secret Soviet weapons test zone, possibly parachute mines or infrasound weapons, experimental devices that could explain the trauma without external wounds. Supporting this theory, the presence of radioactivity on clothing. Witnesses reported seeing orange orbs in the sky that night. Some Soviet documents regarding the case remain classified to this day. Could the Soviet military have accidentally killed them and then covered it up? If you lived in 1959 USSR, would you question the official story? Here's one of the strangest, but most intriguing, explanations. According to researcher Donnie Ikar, infrasound created by a rare weather phenomenon called the Kármán vortex street could have triggered panic. Infrasound is a low-frequency sound humans can't hear, but it can cause nausea, anxiety, and even irrational terror. Ikar proposes that a perfect storm of wind and mountain geometry created this effect and sent the hikers into a state of blind panic, fleeing into the cold, disoriented. Sounds crazy, but it's scientifically plausible. Still, can sound waves really cause such horrific injuries? And then, there's the weird stuff. Some believe the hikers were attacked by a Yeti. Yes, a Russian version of Bigfoot. That theory gained traction when a photo was found in one of the hikers' cameras. A blurry, dark figure standing among the trees. Coincidence or creature? Others suggest Mansi tribespeople may have attacked the hikers for trespassing, but there's zero evidence of violence by the Mansi, and they were actually the ones who helped with the search. Still, the lack of a clear explanation has left the door wide open for theories ranging from UFOs to interdimensional portals. At this point, nothing seems too far-fetched. In 2019, 60 years later, the Russian government reopened the case, claiming again it was likely a slab avalanche. But many researchers, independent scientists, and conspiracy theorists weren't convinced. Why? Because none of the new evidence explains the full picture. The lack of snow displacement, the weird injuries, the missing eyes and tongue, the radioactivity, the orange orbs, the government secrecy. Too many dots, and none of them connect neatly. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most unsettling cold cases in modern history. A blend of real terror, official silence, and creeping doubt. Was it nature? A military mistake? A psychological event? Or something more unexplainable? And here's the eerie part. To this day, hikers still visit Dyatlov Pass, and the area is now marked by a monument. But every so often, locals say strange things still happen on the mountain, as if it remembers what happened in 1959. So, what do you think happened to Igor Dyatlov and his team? A tragic accident? A Soviet cover-up? A sound wave? Or something much stranger? Let us know your theory in the comments. And if you're brave enough to visit Dyatlov Pass, maybe leave a trail of breadcrumbs behind. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tales that make history feel haunted. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe avoid camping on mountains called dead.